Hello you bunch of fishheads and welcome to Dear Esther. Now this is another game I got in the Steam Summer Sale and it is apparently incredibly story based. It's pretty much an interactive story, so if you like that sort of stuff, stick around to watch, it's going to be awesome. If not, I suggest trying a different video, because it is literally walking along and this guy narrates what happened to the island as he goes along. I know very little about this, I'm pretty much playing it blind. So if you like Metal Gear Solid 4...
Dear Esther,
oh, here we go.
I sometimes feel as if I've given birth to this island. Somewhere between the longitude and latitude, a split opened up, and it beached remotely here. No matter how hard I correlate, it remains a singularity, an alpha point in my life that refuses all hypothesis. I return each time leaving fresh markers that I hope, in the full glare of my hopelessness, will have blossomed into fresh insight in the interim.
You guys saw that too, right? Someone just rushed past there. Oh. This game has a really, really beautiful ambience to it. It's very artsy, but it's pretty much just one big cutscene. So if you like Metal Gear Solid 4, then you'll love this game. And that's not to discredit Metal Gear Solid 4 in any way. I loved Metal Gear Solid 4. I didn't actually think the cutscenes were that long, even though it holds the world record for longest cutscene in a video game, but shut up. Let's take a look around it. Oh! There it was again. Yeah, I definitely saw something there. But let's make our way through here, ignoring that creepy dude. Let's make our way through this island and take a little look-see. Oh, I think I just crouched. No idea how, but... Ah. So yeah, this is made by a bunch of people. Obviously, a bunch of people. My God, the depth I go into is stunning. But this is a mod of Half-Life 2, pretty much. It's built on the Steam engine. And, like I said...
Donnelly reported the legend of the Hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
There's meant to be like flashing lights at this cave, I've heard. So I've looked up a few views of this and seen a few secret things that are meant to be hidden about here, but no, it doesn't seem like we're going to trigger them. Now the landscape in this is really impressive. It's very well made in terms of the surroundings and the pure ambience of the music and the weather effects, the lighting. It's certainly a very pretty game for something that's on the... oh no! Okay, well, guess that's the furthest we can go that way. It's certainly a very pretty game for something that's on the Source engine, so Steam engine, considering how old the Steam engine and Source stuff is now. It's incredible that they're still able to crank out stuff like this that looks this good. I mean, obviously it's nothing compared to something like Far Cry 3 or your Crysis is, but it's fairly damn impressive considering this was just made by a small studio.
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler. From up on the cliffs, they are mundane. But down here, they fugue into ambiguity. For instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves. The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once? There's nothing better to do here than indulge on contradictions, whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
So yeah, basically your character, as he's walking along, as you've seen a few times now, will narrate some sort of bigger mystery that's gone on at this island. And as we explore it, we'll find out. I'm guessing by the name, he is looking for someone called Esther, or writing or babbling madly to himself about this woman, or man, perhaps. And it will all be revealed in due time. For now...
I have found the ship's manifest, crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans. It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market. It must have washed out to sea. God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
Do I have to go this way? This looks like a dead end. Ah. Yeah, I think this is a dead end. God damn it. Okay, I'm going to have to head back. I'll cut to when I find the next way to go. If anything interesting happens, then I'll cut it up there. And we're back. Turns out there's some stairs here that I walked straight past. Because I am so observant. I was just thinking, this game reminds me of, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of or played Myst. It was a really old game that had, when I think about it, very similar sort of landscape and style to this. It was a kind of point-and-clicky interactive story where you just moved along and I believe there wasn't anything that could kill you, but I haven't played it in a very long time, so my memory's a bit iffy on that. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of this. Very sort of same artsy kind of self-narrated, kind of strange
Reading
and creepy
Donnelly
world.
by the weak afternoon sunlight. He landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
Okay, so it's starting to give a little bit of depth into why this guy's here. And by the looks of that little lighthouse he walked into at the start, I'm guessing this island has been abandoned for some time. Even though that radio tower over there, bleeping on in the distance...
When someone had died or was dying,
damn it.
or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Okay. So has this guy got some kind of disease, I'm thinking?
They were God-fearing people, those shepherds. There was no love in the relationship. Donnelly tells me that they had one Bible that was passed around in strict rotation. It was stolen by a visiting monk in 1776, 2 years before the island was abandoned altogether. In the interim, I wonder, did they assign chapter and verse to the stones and grasses, marking the geography with a superimposed significance, that they could actually walk the Bible and inhabit its contradiction?
I have no idea what he's talking about, but yes. Ooh. A shipwreck. Let's take a look at this. Now, apparently the guy you play as was...
Dear Esther,
Oh. We have the name
I
of the
met
title.
Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Whoa.
I threw my arms wide and the cliff opened out before me, making this rough home. I transferred my belongings from the bothy on the mount and tried to live here instead. It was cold at night, and the sea lapped at the entrance at high tide. To climb the peak, I must first venture even deeper into the veins of the island, where the signals are blocked altogether. Only then will I understand them, when I stand on the summit and they flow into me, uncorrupted.
Is that some kind of equation? So that was on the wall of the lighthouse as well. There's definitely something to do with the radio tower, which begs the question, why is this radio tower even there? If this island's been abandoned for some time. Oh, some of his clothes, I take it. Yeah, this must be his home. It's a mysterious mystery that we together shall solve. But I don't think there's anything more to do in this cave. Ah, well, time to get the hell out of here. And from what I've seen so far, we're not entirely alone on this island. Oh great, now I have to walk all the way back up. Okay, I'm going to do a cut again, guys, in case anything, or if anything interesting happens, I'll put it back in. Jabba. Okay, guys, we're back, and we're heading on the right way. Just thought I'd bring it back here so we can admire the view a bit more and listen to the music. It's quite nice. You can definitely tell a lot of effort went into making this. I suppose it's an interesting way to like make a game. I suppose it really like pushes. Can you really call it every single time?
And the solar radiation cooked my heart from the inside. My teeth will curl and my fingernails fall off into my pockets like loose change. If I could stomach, I'd eat, but all I seem capable of is salt water. Were the livestock still here, I could turn feral and gorge. I'm as emaciated as a body on a slab, opened up for a premature source of death. I've rowed to this island in a heart without a bottom, all the bacteria of my gut rising up to sing to me.
My. So I get the feeling this guy's running away from something. He's trying to escape something he's done. Trying to isolate himself on this island for something. There it is again. Whoa. Did you hear that? No, it's a Bible. Yeah, do you guys hear that? As we walked up to the stone, it made a sound. Like talking. Strange. But yeah, I'm trying to be quiet every single time the narrations come on. Because they're pretty much the heart of this game. So I don't want to talk over them.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome break services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
So this guy's definitely English. All those places, for any of you non-English chaps out there, they're major English cities and towns he was talking about there. The M blah 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 is like the motorway, travelling along between them. I think I'm going to end this episode here, guys. This lovely view of this crashed old boat. And we will continue this in the next episode. So, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you've enjoyed this. And I will see you guys in the next episode. You're awesome. Have an awesome day.